Who's dinging?
Sorry, I was deleting email inboxes.
Oh, got it.
Iris, I wonder what you meant by muted or singing.
Oh,
I thought you had the music playing.
I wish. I wanted to do like old school. You guys didn't hear my Eye of the Tiger?
No.
Oh, that's what you put up.
Yeah,
Get all of our exhibitors ready for this big webinar.
exactly.
All right, everybody, we see you trickling in. So we're going to give it like a minute or two just to let a few more people in and then we'll get going. So thank you guys for joining us. All right. Well, our numbers tracking a little bit, but we got a decent amount on. So we'll get started. First off, guys, thank you for being here for our September exhibitor webinar. The show is quickly approaching, as we all know. One thing we want to tell everybody for your questions, Elias will be handling and answering most of those through the Q&A, but do them through the Q&A. So that's the way to ask the questions because he can keep them in real time. So we'll get started. So next slide, Iris. All right, guys. So we always start with this slide just so everybody knows. Show dates November 13th through the 16th. The 13th, of course, is our education day and setup day for Boost. So education's 9:30 to 5:30. Setup is all day on the 13th as well. Again, as I like to remind people, stuff happens. If you need extra time that day, make sure to let our operations team know. We do have floor managers and all that, but the show officially opens the expo hall at 10 a.m. on the 14th. To 5 p.m. and then November 15th, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And then the last day, the Thursday, November 16th, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. All right. So some important announcements because the stuff that we have been getting emailed to us. So yes, the MGM system is down. They did get a little bit of security cyber attack on their system. Everything is getting rebooted from our operations team. Everything will be resorted. They're going to have a workaround. We'll know that about October 9th. The thing that we want to make sure you guys are all aware of and not to panic is the discount deadline is going to be extended. Jordan is our operations manager. She's on this call. She already told us that basically it's going to be extended basically to show site. We're going to get more and more details on that. But just so you guys know, if you see that error message, that's why it's there. Of course, you can always ask us questions, but that's what's going on. There is going to be a workaround. It's just going to be about 30 days out from the show, but all the discounts for ordering electrical, catering, and all that will be extended. So do not worry about it. We will honor those discounts because it is not your guys' fault. And we're sorry for the inconvenience, but we're going to do the best we can to resolve it for you guys. With regards to housing, just make sure to book your hotel rooms, go through the on-peak site, and take care of all that if you haven't. There's rates as low at the Luxor as like $83 now. So just make sure if you haven't done that yet to make sure you do that. We have made a few floor plan changes. Our team has emailed all those out, but just so you're aware, just keep an eye on everything. But we have made a couple changes, but we've let everybody know we've done things too, that there has been a change made. Next thing, unauthorized vendors. We know around this time, a lot of people get sent emails about lists and all these things. Do not do that. We have never given out lists. This show will never give out lists. So if you see any emails like that, they're not legit. If you have any questions, I did have somebody ask me this week. They're like, "Hey, John, I got this email. It kind of looked it's crafty. We can't prevent all the spam." But you know what? They asked a question, and I said, "Nope, don't respond to it." But just if you see anything about lists, do not respond to it.
So I just put in here an example of what those emails look like and just red flags for everyone on this call. You should look at the from address, and if it doesn't say ISSAshow.com, it is not from us. It also could be a variety of different names. They can call our show ISSA, North America. They could, so make sure you look at the name of the show. The ISSA show in North America is the correct name, but again, the email address is not from us. In addition, this email address at the bottom, signature, is actually not our show. Show.issa is actually ISSA, the association. And they did grab our logo from the website, and they just made it seem like this is coming from ISSA show, which it is not. That is a red flag. So you might see this logo, but this is not an official partner of the Informa. And to just, make a note when you're looking through these emails, these are the things to be looking for. All right, John.
Gotcha. So yeah, in worst case, Iris, everything she said exactly correct. If you have any questions, please do ask us first before you do anything, though. Definitely. Next thing is new innovation award ceremony is going to be Wednesday afternoon now. Can you confirm the time again for me, Iris? On the 4 p.m., correct?
Yep, 4 p.m. All the awards will be given out at the Innovation Showcase.
And then we just want to make you guys aware that Booth Selection 2024, we are going to work on that process. And the first week of October, we will have an email sent out, an announcement with all the information on how that process is going to be working this year. So just so you guys know, put that on your radar. We will be sending something out the first week of October to you guys.
And at the very end of this webinar, I will have more details. So stay tuned. All right.
All right, so we've gotten this question as well, just so people know what comes with your booth. Just standard 8-foot high back wall, 3-foot wing drape. We put the aisle carpet on there because we do have aisle carpet, and then we have an ID sign. But what the thing about the aisle carpet I think is confusing people is that it's not for your booth. That is just the aisle. So if you need to have flooring for your booth, you can either order carpet through GES or you can bring your own flooring. That is the main requirement we have. All the other additional items that you might need for your booth, you can order those. That is up to you. The one thing we require is flooring, whether that's carpet that you order through GES or your own flooring that you bring in yourself or ship. And then just so you guys know, just want to go through some key things in the exhibitor portal because we get asked questions and I know there's a lot of tiles on there and sometimes I get myself confused. So with regards to everything with booth ordering and all that, where you'll find GES services and where you can update your company profile, that's the exhibitor checklist. Where you want to register your booth staff, click the register booth staff tile right there. You can also order your lead retrieval, but a lot of you guys have already ordered that through me, Elias, or Iris. So you do not need to worry about that. We'll handle that, and then we can send you instructions on how to set that up through the app. The main thing we really did want to bring up today is also the guest invite program. We do have our guest invite program where it's a custom invite from you for your customers to come to the show at no charge or discounted all access pass. So please make sure you're using that. Answered a bunch of questions on that, help people. There's a go-to video tutorial, so it's really good. You can upgrade your listing, which we'll have a little later on in the slide. That's your company description, what Iris is showing right there. So make sure you do that. That's important because it goes, it's kind of visible everywhere. And then on the ISSA show planner site, that company description is what's visible. So please make sure you're updating that. Please make sure everything's correct on that end. And then also your product categories is a big deal. That is something that did not transfer over this year. So just make sure you go in and have the product categories selected that you feel fits you the best. We did shrink it down quite a bit this year because we had a lot, but just make sure you go in and do that if you haven't done that yet. And then basically what we were showing about an upgraded listing is this is a basic listing for the show. As you can see, there is a good description here, so make sure you do that. But we also wanted to show what an upgraded one was. This is what an upgraded one is. This gives you the upgraded images. You can put a video. It has the corner peel because that's level 2. But even if you get the level 1, you get the images. And then if you click that add my show planner button right there, you will get that person, the attendee, as a lead in a lead report. So very great thing. We always recommend to upgrade your listing. Upgraded listings always get double the views online than those who do not. So just make sure if you don't upgrade your listing, you're putting in your profile, and you should upgrade your listing because I would take advantage of the free leads. So that's something I highly, highly recommend. And then there's some of the data I was talking about right there. Basic listing with the company profile. You saw a level 2 upgrade with that Ecolab example, but the level 1 upgrade, also a great offering. You still get those images and videos and the access to leads. And I will hand it to Elias here to talk about the planner.
Thank you, John. One thing I wanted to say is that if I do not answer your question during the webinar, we do have a section at the very end that I will touch on for all the questions for our whole team. Some just provide a little bit of extra detail, so I won't be typing those in. But for the My Show Planner app, as we do approach the show, I want to make sure everyone goes and downloads an account. I just did this myself. One really helpful thing, especially if you do have the upgraded profile, is once you have this account, you can log in and go to the featured exhibitor tab and look at your own company profile from a third party to kind of see how it looks from an attendee's perspective, as well as you can go in to review all the education and networking events that we'll be having at the show. We also have a very cool networking and chat feature to where you can talk to attendees directly. So definitely recommend going in, as well as you can go and vote on all the Innovation Award products that we have this year for the show. So definitely recommend creating that account sooner rather than later, as every attendee at our show does download this for the show. And then next slide. And then these, And then these are some important dates and deadlines. As John mentioned, we are having that deadline extended for the ordering services. So we're trying to push that October 24th date back for your teams. As of right now, we have had the portal issues. So just definitely something to not worry about, as John stressed. And as you can see, there's the other deadlines to be conscious of. One thing I did want to tell, as I had a few calls this week, in regards to the COI, you just need to make sure that you have a copy at the show site. This can be digital or it could be a hard copy. You just need to have proof of one at show site. And then next slide. And then this is our official vendor list. As John and Iris mentioned earlier, you want to make sure we do have this trade show partner logo to make sure you're communicating someone from the show. As well as this document here on the right is in your exhibitor checklist, kind of helps with the contact information for GES, as well as the manually based services and emails and phone numbers that your team would need for further issues. And then for this is your targeted move-in map. So if you were curious what time and date you would want to move in for the show, you'll find this in your exhibitor checklist as well through your portal login. Based on your booth location, it will tell you what day and time you'll be able to move into your booth for the show. And now I will be handing it off to Iris for exhibitor registration.
All right, thanks, Elias. So exhibitor reg, we already have a lot of exhibitors who've already gone through this, but for those who have not, for every 100 square feet of exhibit space, you get one complimentary booth staff badge. That's the access to the show floor. If you're an ISSA member, you get 2 additional badges. And then badges after that are $75 per person. The primary contact in the exhibitor registration portal is the person who is not coming to the show. It is actually not a badge. So when you are going into the portal and you're starting to add individuals, you are going to be adding expo only, member or non-member from allocation. Allocation equals, your complimentary booth staff badges. And then once you run out of the complimentary ones, it won't even give you that options. It'll say $75 for that pass. And then everyone can upgrade to the all access pass for $99. Here is an example of what I'm referring to. When you go in, The first one is that expo only with allocation. The second one is the $75. And then the third one is your conference equals all access pass for $99. So you'll get access to all the education on Monday, as well as all of the spotlight events. It does not include the Big Bash ticket. All right, and then oftentimes you want to see a full list of everyone that you've registered. So you're going to go into registrant search. So this is very important, because when you're actually registering and you saw the information that we're asking for, if you want to add in any Big Bash tickets, spotlight event tickets, Hygeia event, or any of the workshops, you're going to go into each individual record that you see here and select purchase add-ons, which is here, this menu item right here. If a person you already register is not coming to the show for whatever that reason is, and you want to use that pass for someone else, you're going to go into edit details and you're going to change the contact information for that person. And then visa letter here. The visa letter is actually in the exhibitor portal under a tile called visa letter. So you complete the information and then an automated email will be sent to you that is the letter with that information. And then this is where the purchase add-ons, I just did a screenshot of the first couple that you're going to see. The Big Bash tickets are $150. I do want to let everyone know that we've had some overwhelming response about the Big Bash, and we will sell out of tickets prior to on-site. So we stress highly to purchase your Big Bash tickets prior to October 25th. And we, at that point, may or may not say it's sold out, but just if you are looking to go to this event, you know, please get your tickets now. And then lead retrieval, I did put a lot of information in here of what you're seeing when you do click on the lead retrieval button in Exhibitor Reg. But if you do want to add on lead retrieval for a discounted rate of $575, just ask one of us, Elias, John, or myself, to add it to your order. Otherwise, when you're going into the system, it is $630. And then these are some of the emails that you're going to get once you do purchase that lead retrieval. It's going to ask you to set a password, and it's going to send you this thank you email. And then John and Elias, we have instructions to set up your lead retrieval, and we're going to add that to the exhibitor portal. All right, John talked about housing, but we really want to stress that housing is booking quick. Mandalay Bay has limited rooms. Tuesday the 14th, that night is completely sold out at Mandalay Bay. We do have room at Luxor, and I do believe we added some rooms at MGM recently. So if you have not already booked your rooms, please do so ASAP. And then we have mentioned it in previous webinars, travel discounts. You know, there's still some really good airfares out there, but you get a little bit more of a discount if you put in any one of these codes. And if you wanted to rent a car, we also have the Hertz discount. I did talk about the Big Bash. If you are interested in sponsoring this event, we have these packages below. And they do come with Big Bash tickets. So please reach out to us if you're looking to purchase them. As far as getting your logo on our signage, we do ask that you reach out to us in the next 2 to 3 weeks to make sure we can include your logo. Meeting rooms and meeting hubs. We are selling those meeting hubs and rooms very quickly. We have a deadline of October 1st, so it is coming up in about 10 days. If you do need a meeting room during non-show hours, you are going to reach out to one of us, or you can fill out the form in the exhibitor portal, and then we will assign you a room. And then if you are looking for meeting hubs, we do have a certain number of meeting hubs left. Those are the private meeting rooms on the show floor. Just email us and we can get you set up. John mentioned the guest program. So we do work with a company called Feather. This is something we've been working with them for probably 5-6 years now. So many of you already know that you're going to go into the access dashboard and you're going to find these tiles here where that includes the invite. So we already created the invites for you and you just send them out to your customers. We've had some feedback that it's been a little clunky, but another way to actually invite your guests that is pretty easy is to send your guests the link to registration. Your customers are either going to select that they're ISSA members or they're non-members, and then you're going to give them your company promo code. Those promo codes are actually in your exhibitor dashboard. And if you need help finding it, please talk to one of us and we'll be able to get that for you. We do have the media contact list in our exhibitor portal. It is a couple of pages. These are every single company media outlet that's out there. We will be able to share which media will be actually coming to the show much later on in October, early November. We will have a meet the press opportunity for exhibitors to engage with the media who do come to the show this year in our clean meet zone. We will have a press area in the innovation showcase. So if you want to drop off your press kits, that's where you're going to do that. And then we are doing digital publication bins this year for our sustainability efforts. We do have ISSA has a volunteer opportunity through the advocacy group. We are focused on End Period Poverty campaign, and they are partnered with an organization in Las Vegas where volunteers on the show floor will be creating hygiene packages for women in need. And so we're looking for some donations. And thank you to those who've already sponsored. We're looking for a few additional items here, and there's also some other sponsorship opportunities. Please reach out to me and I will connect you with the right person at ISSA if you have an interest to donate or to sponsor. And I'm going to pass it off to John now to talk about sponsorships and advertising.
All right. Yep. So we just wanted to highlight a couple items, guys, that are still available as we get a little closer to the show. The first one is our monthly Innovation Insight newsletter. We've released 2 of these. We changed the format a little bit this year. They look fantastic so far. Got good results. So we still have some standard product listings available for October and November. We sold out of the featured and the upgraded, but we still have the standard one right there for that great value of $1,800. And the great part is this goes to our whole database, which you can see distributor, contractor, facility service provider. And when they click on your image or your link, you do get the leads from them. So it is a real leads report that runs throughout the course of 3 weeks. So it's a really great program. The newsletter looks fantastic. If you want any information on it, we can gladly forward you it. And hopefully you want to take it up on it. Again, we'll have October 18th is the next one going out. And then November 8th. So those are good ones. And then we also do a post-show one. But if you want to get some promotion before the shows, we all know everybody does October 18th and November 8th ones. Connect Eblast. This item has been going quickly as well, but we still do have a couple great dates. This is a product that ISSA has had for years for those of you who've been coming to the show. Another great way to reach the CMM database, over 40,000 plus reach with regards to who you want to be with at the show. And we still do have 2 really good dates available, October 27th and November 10th. So please reach out if you're interested in that. Again, another great way to show promotion. What you're seeing on the side there is a really good example of how it looks. We already released a couple already this month. So and the stats that you get back on it. It's a really comprehensive report. It's really good. So highly, highly, highly recommend. Video wall. So this is a product that we have was new this year. There's this beautiful video wall at the Mandalay Bay, right by the entrance to the hall. We actually sold out of slots for Tuesday for it, which is amazing, and we're thrilled about it because it is such a great new offering that has such an impact. And if you're seeing there's 4 images on that screen, it'll actually be one video, 15-second video, no audio of your product, just your company's image or how you want to display it. And we still do have some available on Wednesday. Tuesday and Wednesday, great days of this show. So highly, highly, highly recommend taking advantage of it. So if you show interest in that, please reach out to us. And then we have our mobile app push notifications, something we've been doing. We haven't really showcased this in previous webinars just because normally this is the time where people like to do it. So rotating banner ad, given position of the app, open and refresh, $17.50 per ad. And then the push notifications, send out instant messages designated for attendees on a specific day. As it mentions, pretty self-explanatory, $17.50 per day as well. So just a great way. People are always on their app looking around. That's the way shows are now. You're constantly on your phone looking, making sure you're hitting up everybody you need to. So the push notifications are a great way to get in front of our attendee base. Our attendees are used to using the app. They know how to use it well. So it's just a little low dollar cost investment to make some impact. Lastly, just because we can sell these through October, but just something we have sold a couple of these recently. Our happy hour on the show floor, November 15th, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. We sold a couple last week, as I just mentioned, but basically we can take the ability of, if you want to do a happy hour at your booth, we are happy to help provide that. There are these different packages, the beer house, the premium, and all that. So, and then we provide promotion for it. You're listed as a sponsor for it. So just a really good way to get a little extra bonus from doing a happy hour. Everybody likes a happy hour. So, but this is something that our team is dedicated this year. So we're putting a lot of great resources behind it. So sponsoring it, you'll definitely see the impact and will definitely help draw people to your happy hour in your booth. And then last call, this is in general. These are just a couple items we have, but kind of any show floor signage when you saw the exhibitor tile and you were looking at the sponsorship gallery, anything on signage. This last call, basically it is September is the last time we could take any sort of signage orders for the show. So if you're interested in these floor graphics, which these were items that sold late for us last year, or an aisle sign, these are just 2 items that come up late because people want a little extra exposure. We still do have this big column wrap sponsorship that's not in here. But if you're interested and really want to do something, please let us know by September 30th. So great way to make an impact with regards to signage on the show floor.
All right. I put in the here we go again because all 3 of us have received emails from our exhibitors asking about the booth selection since we've been doing this for, I don't know, I've been doing it for 17 years. So we are doing it a little bit later this year than the last 2 years, but the show dates for next year are on here. We're back at Mandalay Bay. We will have a combination of a appointment booth selection that I typically do, and then we also will do the on-site space selection. Everyone is invited to the booth selection. The email will go out the first week in October, and the applications will be due October 20th. So we do, as far as payment, for those that are going to be going through the booth selection process or on site, the 25% deposit is non-refundable and it's due with the application. The second deposit is going to be due January 31st of next year, and then final payment is May 1st. Booth selection, the actual appointments will take place the week of October 30th. I will make appointments with companies that select over 600 square feet or more in the exhibit application. Everyone else that submits their application will be assigned based on their priority points a time frame during the show, when we're in Las Vegas, starting on Monday, November 13th at 2:00. We are going to be giving you a certain window of time to come and visit us to select your booth. If you are not able to come during that time, we will be able to send out a runner to be able to, help you select that booth. But more details will be coming. I just wanted to give you guys the layout of the booth selection this year, since so many of you have asked. We're excited to be back in Las Vegas during those dates. All right, now we're at the Q&A time. So Elias, what do we have?
We have a few right now. So the first one would be, are there any details on how the Formula One race will impact the show, Travis, or Las Vegas in general?
Yes, so hopefully, because the Mandalay Bay is not a part of the track itself on Las Vegas Boulevard, we are in a very good position. There will be no road closures where Mandalay Bay is located, and we are 5 minutes from the airport. So as far as what we're hearing about the Formula One is that ticket sales are they're going, but the hotels and the hotels on the track, they're not seeing the pickup that they thought they were seeing. So and we're monitoring this in the next several weeks, but because, like I said, we are not near the track on Las Vegas Boulevard, we are hoping it has minimal effect on us. Hopefully I answered that question. What's the next one?
The next one is, I have sent a guest invite to my partner for the free entry, but they told me the registration is denied. Could you please advise why?
Sure. If you can email us separately just to give us some more information about your customer, we can walk you through that.
And then the final one is, out of all the people who have registered, how many are exhibitors, and then how many are attendees?
Okay. I wanted to also add to the last question, the guest invites are not for manufacturers. So it's not valid for a company that is another manufacturer who wants to attend the show. We do have a non-exhibiting manufacturing fee, and sometimes not realizing some of the customers do get denied because of that factor. And as far as registration, we are over 5,000 in our total number of registrants. We are actually pacing where we were in 2019, which is phenomenal. The number of hotel nights for attendees are the same as where we were back in 19 when we were in Las Vegas. And we are seeing a lot more registrants come in every single day. The early bird rate for attendees ends on October 1st. So a lot more attendees are registering. We've done a lot of modeling of the registrants. We have been looking at the different companies that we know bring larger groups to the show. And we feel that this is going to be the biggest show yet since the pandemic started. So more details. I'll give you a little bit more data points. We have 35% of those attendees are under 40. Right now, 30% are new attendees. Usually we'll get anywhere between 45 and 50%. And that's why you guys keep coming back every year, because we do bring new attendees. We are bringing more international this year. Our biggest group is from Canada, then it's from China, Italy, Mexico, and then Japan. So we have, a nice international mix. And we're seeing that attendees are the number one product category that attendees are asking for is cleaning agents. The second one is going to be equipment and accessories. And then the third one is going to be paper. I have other tidbits, but I feel like, those are some of the highlights. For right now, we are seeing more women registering than we have in past years. So that's great. But we're really happy with how things are going with registration, and hopefully your customers are telling you that they are coming to the show. So any questions on registration?
Yeah, so just one follow-up to that question. They wanted to know if you could give a breakout on the sector from building service contractors or distributors based on the attendees.
Yeah, right now we have 35% distributors, 28% building service contractors, and 14% end users. So just to give you perspective about the end users, the last 2 years, we've kind of had anywhere between 8 to 10% of the attendees being the end user. Currently, right now, we're at 14%. And we're looking to see that grow even more. The biggest chunk of the end user is going to be education, K through 12, higher ed. We're seeing those company or those organizations, they actually bring a good number of people in their organization to the show. It's not just, you know, a facility manager. I mean, they do bring a bunch. We also are seeing government buildings and public venues. And healthcare is the other one that we're also seeing is the top 3 in the end user category. But we're also seeing distributors are bringing more individuals from their company than in previous years, and also new people. So they may be bringing more or the same, but there's new titles that are coming to the show. So we're really thrilled that, you know, the industry seems to be back on track after the ups and downs of the pandemic, and you know, more details to come at our next exhibitor webinar in a month from now.
So Iris, that was the last question, so we could wrap this up and allow everyone to enjoy the rest of their Friday.
All right, we thank you. Oh, wait a minute, I actually put a new picture in. Oh, hello. All right, we always want to give you guys a little piece of us in these webinars, just so you guys get to know us a little bit better. But these are our loved ones, our animals that we absolutely love and adore. Those are my children. George is nephew. This is George, John's nephew. But you know, we couldn't do this without you. We absolutely love working with you, and we thank you so much for making sure that ISSA show is on your calendar of events. And please reach out at any point. There is no number of times you can reach out to us. We always want to be there for you to make sure that this event is successful. So thank you so much and have a great weekend.
Thanks, guys. We'll send out a recording of this as well, so if you need to go back and rewatch it. But thank you guys so much. Enjoy your Friday.
Everyone have a nice day.